Hello. Yes, this is a third part of our part 5 of our No True Hope Without Christ, and I'm your host, To Me. We're here now talking about child's words and its parents and grandparents, and root words and child's words and where they come from. So, as we were covering 3 words that the word iniquity was derived from, it also gave us a benefit of knowing its parent word, which is transgression. So, as the 3 Hebrew words was derived from was our Adama, and Aki. We learned a little bit about these words in the last part. Go back and check it out. That way you could be up to what we're doing here. So, as we was given in Hosea 5 and 8, we'll see some stuff about your boy Benjamin that was hidden sin, hiding himself from the public so people don't know what he is. Because originally back in them days when you got named something, that was who you were. You was that name. These days are not the case. We all have state-owned slave names. So, if you're looking at this, you might have seen this before. These are what you will call nails. These are pegs. These was used to peg Jesus to the cross or nail Jesus to the cross. But you want to know what else they was used for? They was used as for the word peg is the is the parent word to the grandparent word confirm, and the parent word of amen. So this was a work, and what you're looking here is how the word li was used. Okay, we're going to talk about a few words on how the word li was used. I don't remember it being stripped from the Bible, but I don't remember seeing it in the King James Version Bible one time. So we can't find this in the Bible. We can't find this online. Trust me, I looked. Nothing would tell me what this Hebrew word means. Right, nobody else. So, but I'm going to give you what I have. So, the word li used in different terms, meaning its work. If you lose li in the sentence, and the way I have it drawing is that we hide ourselves in the lee of the rock. So it all thrives on the work of Christ from the beginning. The 2 men are the workers. It took, this is in the middle, this is the tent, this is the rock, this is the storm. Okay, this is the man doing a work so that they can be protected from the storm. So what they normally have to do is take a covering, symbolic to like Christ covering that would be later on. This covering would be tucked on the top of the rock, and the bottom of the rock can be by a man confirmed into the ground. It took a man to confirm it into the ground. If the amen did not confirm it, that means it was not steady. Amen confirmed it, which means it's not going anywhere. They nailed the pegs or nailed the nails in the ground and amened it, which would mean it's confirmed, it's not going anywhere, because once we get under this covering, we should have had some special technicians to make sure that we don't just get blown away by the storm. Which those special technicians would be amen. So it is the child word peg, which English word nail, the grandparent word confirmed. And this was cause a li to be conformed. So a li, and we hide ourselves in the covering of a rock. How was it formed? It took two special technicians called amen to confirm these, which is a peg or a nail, into the ground. Christ was pegged, amen, by two professionals onto the cross. This is what else we got. This is what you call a boat. Here go the pegs, right there and right there. So there are the mans, and then we don't want to get out here in the middle of the storm, and then this storm blow the covering, or what you call the leeway is on the boat. It's not the covering of the rock this time. That is a different lee. This lee is a leeway. This is the covering of the boat. This is one of the oldest models. Okay, in Jesus' time, they became good technicians. They built the lee into the boat, which Jesus at that time went down into the lee. This is the covering of the storm, the protection from the storm. So only one man, which is the captain, will stay up top to make sure that the boat doesn't crash into the rocks. He will face the storm. The other man will go down into the protection, which is down into the lee. Okay, so Jesus went down into the lee, just as Jonah went down into the lee to rest, running away from God, the presence of God. So this is really old. This is before Jesus came. This is one of the oldest model, which is called a leeway. They didn't have a leeway at that time. They had a lee into the boat. So I can't give you every word into this word of the lee because it's a very old term. There's no information on this except what I'm giving you. So the men on the other side, before they would go out there and take a chance, he would yell, "Amen." This means confirm, which is telling the other man on the other side, it's confirmed on this side. This thing ain't moving. This thing ain't going nowhere, no matter how bad the storm is. Confirm. And on the other side, he would yell, "Amen." The job of the two technicians would be done. Two amens to be protected from the storm. Took three amens to peg Christ on the cross to protect humanity from the storm for a very long time. In this case in Hosea, this word Ali would mean the house of God, which I'm saying Bethel, which literally means house of God, derived from the grandparent word of Ali. So the grandparent word of Ali is the parent word of Bethel. It's the child word of Bethel, and literally means house of God. So Ali is a sanctuary, or what we would call a church. So remember, Bethel remained from the root word of iniquity, which is Awa, which means house of idols. So Awa was Bethel. Bethel was the child of my sorrows. In this place where we at is where we worship idols. Okay? This where Ali was the secretary of God and his church, which is the house of God. But the connection to the idolatry probably is due to the main fact that Awan is closely associated with the Hebrew word for nothingness or non-existent. So that's probably why the two words exist so closely together, house of God, house of idols, but it's not the same. So we can see an example of this in 1 Samuel 3 and 13, which is my video run out because I have to cover it on another part, which will be the last part of this part 5. So we're going to try to go a little longer, as long as we can, then we'll cover the last part of part 5, which is the last video you will get today. So hopefully all that information you took it in. 1 Samuel 3 and 13, verse 13 says, "For I have told him that I will judge his house for even for the iniquities which have known, but his sons made themselves veils and have retained them not." See, likewise, in 1 Samuel 3:13, God promised to judge Eli for the iniquities of his sons. See, ultimately, their Awa brought about not only their deaths, but the death of Eli also as well. See, it was not surprising that guilt, the parent of iniquity, is associated with sin, or interpret sin in every sense of